Hey guys, welcome to an interesting video on Wild Rift. So we're back with not an Ezreal commentary guide, but rather what we have here is not even an Ezreal gameplay. It's just like I mean it is kind of an Ezreal gameplay because I'm playing the Ezreal, but it is a gameplay with commentary. But as you guys can see from like the title and the thumbnail, you guys can see the main point of this video is seeing the double Herald in the top lane later. So what I'm going to be doing for this video is I'm going to be scrolling around between me and all my teammates pretty much equally. Wherever the action is wherever we'll be at. We're not going to focus particularly on me, who is Ezreal, because we just did an Ezreal commentary guide very recently and we don't really need to do another one. Nothing has changed about Ezreal. Now I am actually recording this in the day before patch 3.1 releases, and when this video hits YouTube, which is like now when you're watching it, patch 3.1 will have just released like recently. So Ezreal's build may have actually changed, because I do think Ezreal might go for a Divine Thunderer build, but we'll have to see about that. And if he does, I will make an updated complete guide on him, or like a supplementary guide or something of that sort. So we're gonna get into the actual commentary of the gameplay. So as you guys can see, my team, we have pretty nice and tanky team. We have a Garen and a Olaf, pretty solid front line. I'm just at the back just poking. We have a support Nami, and we have our AP damage, which is of course going to be the Aurelion Sol. Now what does happen here is Garen gets a little bit too aggressive and he gets first blooded by the Malphite. On the enemy side, pretty scary team. We have a Malphite Yasuo combo, which of course is very scary. Aurelion Sol though doing pretty well against the Yasuo, trying to put him behind in the early game. And they also have a Morgana and a Thresh, a whole lot of CC over there. Of course, Morgana is the jungler, so she is the AP damage, and she is the jungler as well. Now she finds herself in a 1v1 with the Olaf where she dies. Lucian shows up to the party, but you don't want to mess with an Olaf, so Lucian dies as well. So here, Thresh has no choice but to scamper away. And lastly, of course, we have the Lucian who we just saw die, who of course is a lot of AD damage and a lot of burst damage as well. So their team pretty scary. A lot of damage with the Yasuo and the Lucian, as well as the Morgana, and a lot of CC from Morgana, Malphite, and Thresh. So pretty scary team. Now of course, the Olaf sort of counters that with his ultimate because he can't immune CC. Malphite already making a roam to the mid lane and trying to get his Yasuo a hit. They probably might be duo, which is why they are playing the combo, but of course it is always possible that they are not. So Malphite gets caught by Olaf on the way back to top lane, and they're going for a dive. Nice ultimate by the Garen to finish him off. And yeah, so in the meantime, Morgana goes for a gank in the mid lane onto Aurelion Sol, but Aurelion Sol does pretty fine to survive that gank. So when there isn't much action, I'm just gonna go back to myself, which is the Ezreal of course. So not too much action going on. I'm just picking up some CS and about to hit level 5. There we go, level 5 achieved. So not too much action going on. The dragon and the herald is going to spawn in about 30 seconds time. Olaf in the meantime is at the enemy jungle red buff and barely dies to the Morgana, unfortunately. That could have gone either way, but fortunately Morgana does get the kill on the Olaf right before the objective spawn, but we're still really early into the game, so the death timers are really low. Aurelion comes in with a huge gank but hits only the minion wave. Nami ults only the minion wave as well, so pretty much not too much has been achieved here. Aurelion hits the stun onto the Thresh, ults the Thresh as well. I ult the Thresh as well, and Thresh does die. Here I go in for a pick on Lucian. I see Morgana, so I'm gonna flash out and turn tail and run basically. So in the meantime, Garen and Olaf are going for the Rift Herald. Now of course it is not going to be any spoiler that my team is going to get both Rift Heralds, because obviously there is no other way we're going to have a double Rift Herald. So here are the Olaf and Garen going to work on the Rift Herald. Now not too much action to be seen here, so I'm going to be panning away because no one actually contests the Rift Herald. So we do actually pick up the Rift Herald, and that's that. So in the meantime, I'm going to mid to prevent our team from losing the first tower, because Aurelion is in bot. So he is, of course, putting in some work there, and I'm just gonna go to mid so we don't lose the mid tower. Thresh finds a hook onto Nami and the engage. I try to shift in to kill somebody, but pretty low health bars, but I get hit by the Lucian ultimate and ulted by Yasuo as well, so unfortunately I die. Nami has to, of course, run away. Nice sidestep of the Yasuo's Yasuo's tornado. Aurelion flies in his stun, but it gets eaten up by the wind wall, so nothing too much comes of it. And the enemy team does pick up the dragon, so pretty even game so far. 4 kills per team. We picked up the Herald, they picked up the dragon. In terms of gold, we're only like, less like 300 gold apart, which is basically a negligible amount. So not too big of a gap at the moment. Here, Garen goes in on Malphite, who is trying to recall. Malphite is, of course, pretty tanky, not too much going to come of it. Garen ults for good measure, but obviously at that kind of health, Malphite is not going to die, so he's fine. Olaf already pops the ult, immunes the Thresh hook actually, so not the worst in the world, and tries to go in. Olaf here playing really aggressive, just running straight in, face first into the enemy team a lot in this game. But that's kind of what Olaf does. He just stat checks the enemy, and if he's ahead, he's going to be getting kills. If not, he's going to be dying. So thankfully in this scenario, he's 2-2-1 with a Triforce completed, so not too bad of shapes. So here Lucian gets caught by the bubble. I try to follow up, but Thresh comes in with the hook to kind of disrupt us, and he comes in as well. Here I flash the Morgana binding, which would have led to me dying to, of course, all 3 of them. Nami is on 1 HP anyways, so Nami can't really help me too much. Conqueror has been propped. Morgana reading for that kill on Nami and taking a huge amount of poke from me. Now this is where they normally would have backed off, and this is where an enemy team would normally back off. So I'm trying to ult Morgana as she's trying to recall, but she's actually not even there. She's still coming in to try to get a kill onto Nami, which is of course her downfall, so she dies to the Nami ebb and flow. So no idea what they were really thinking there. In the meantime, Garen is chasing the 1 HP Yasuo, but doesn't actually manage to catch up to him. So no idea what she was thinking there, because obviously you're not really gonna have a high chance of killing, and sticking around just involves taking a whole lot of poke from Ezreal, so no idea what the Morgana was thinking there, but it didn't go too well. Aurelion comes in with a huge stun for a kind of a tower dive here. I try to launch everything into the Thresh, and we do actually manage to pick up the kill on the Thresh. Of course, the Lucian has a lot better positioning. I will say Aurelion Sol doing pretty well with all those ganks, so that's how you are meant to play Aurelion Sol, which is to, of course, gank the other lanes. That's his main strength, so he is playing to Aurelion Sol's strength, so we're doing pretty well in that aspect. So in the meanwhile, we're actually going to be trying to pick up the tower while the Olaf and the Garen are in sort of like a skirmish in the mid lane region. So Yasuo manages to escape with his life because he managed to land the tornado onto the Garen, and yeah, so Garen doesn't manage to actually hit out because of the CC from the tornado. So now here, something to note is the next Rift Herald spawning in 20 seconds, and Olaf's Rift Herald has timed out, and he has actually managed to launch the Rift Herald in the base. So there you see our first Rift Herald coming out from the base, and you guys know what's gonna happen really soon. Now I gotta say, when this moment happened where we get the double Herald kind of thing, I couldn't really stop laughing in the match. I lost it in the middle of the match. I couldn't stop laughing for the next minute or so. So here, Nyx Herald is up, of course, and we find ourselves Olaf running faceless into 3 enemy members. But of course, we are here to back him up. He picks up the kill onto the Yasuo, runs down the Lucian, and picks up the kill onto Lucian as well. So he's going to be going for the Rift Herald. In the meantime, our Garen is chasing the Malphite, a common sight to see. Malphite actually ults to the Blast Plant and hits the Blast Plant for the escape. So Garen's still on the chase, eats a Morgana root, but does still manage to hit the silence as well as the ultimate onto the Malphite, which of course does not kill him again. So here we have our favorite moment of the match. We have Olaf clearing the top lane with a Rift Herald already active, which I believe just picked up a tower if I'm not mistaken. So here we have our second Rift Herald. So here we have a full HP tower, boom, 1 Rift Herald into the tower, and Thresh tries to come in to defend, but he can't do anything. And boom, second Rift Herald into the tower, and there goes the tower. So here we still got double Rift Herald going to the inhibitor tower. Our Olaf and our Nami's backing off, but look at this, full health inhibitor tower, boom, boom, double Herald into the inhibitor, and we get the inhibitor. So all 3 towers down in the top lane. Now I still can't believe how this happened. I've never seen this before ever in any game of Wild Rift, having a double Herald into the tower. Now I'm not too sure if anybody else has seen this before. If you have, you probably don't find this as amusing as I have, but I've seen it for the first time and it is really funny. So here I'm trying to solo the dragon. I realize it's not gonna work, so Nami's gonna have to give me a heal so I don't get executed by the dragon. And I do pick up the Cloud Dragon from my team. So here I'm ulting from downtown, boom, sniping out the Malphite, and my team is just going ham onto the enemy team. A lot of low health bars, but unfortunately Garen does die. Aurelion has to turn tail and run as well because he is 1 HP, gets a heal from Nami, and he's going back to the base. In the meantime, I'm coming out of the base and just going mid to clear minions. Obviously the enemy team with their low health bars are not going to be sticking around for too long, and they're going to be of course backing off. So now, throughout all this time that all this Herald shenanigans and all is going on, the mid lane tower is still up for the enemy team, and it is very healthy at that. So here, we're actually planning on setting a trap or something, but we instead decide to go for the gank with the Aurelion Soul. So Thresh does land a hook on me, but it doesn't really matter. He's solo, he's gonna die anyway. Nami wave cuts him off, and I do just go into the bush to auto attack him for the kill. And in the meantime, they do kill the Lucian as well. So huge root by the Morgana, lasting 1 eternity, but it's all good. No real threat of getting killed there. So here we're just going to push down the next tower if we can. Malphite shows up to the party. Aurelion Soul procs his bone plating and just puts some pressure onto them. Now we have 4 men barreling down the bot lane, so we're gonna of course try to do something about it. Nice Nami bubble catches out both of them, and because of that they get bursted down. I try to ult from downtown to get a kill onto them, and I do actually kill the Morgana, so this is gonna give us a tier 2 in the bot lane. Lucian and Thresh tries to go into 4 people. Not a very wise idea. I get a kill onto the Thresh, and Lucian better be running, if not he's gonna be following suit. Now unfortunately we run out of a wave, and so instead we're gonna go and push mid, which of course still has the tier 1 tower up, so it's of course a very good move to do that. In the meantime, Yasuo is trying his best to clear out the super minions in the top lane, so getting an inhibitor of course puts a great amount of pressure onto the enemy team because they are gonna have to defend it. So here we're going for the tier 2 tower as well, take what we can get. Yasuo comes in with his wind wall, so I can't really do anything at the moment because I'm getting blocked. So here in comes Yasuo. I thought he was gonna ult, but Garen silenced him real good, and pretty much nothing he can do there. I tried to snipe out the Yasuo blind, but instead Olaf runs straight in there to destroy him, and Olaf finds himself in a 1v4, which turned into a 1v3 after the kill onto the Yasuo, but he still dies of course. He can't tank that much damage. Nami dies as well. I go in and I do get myself a kill. Aurelion gets a kill as well, and Garen gets a kill as well. So that is everybody in the enemy team dead aside from Thresh. So here, what we should be doing is pushing the mid lane inhibitor. So here, I'm pinging to push inhibitor, but the Aurelion Soul is backing. So only Thresh is up, so he can't defend against the inhibitor by himself. But of course, if he wanted to, he could try to fight me or defend against me one-on-one, because I can't really kill him all that easy. He's pretty tanky, but with Aurelion Soul it will be guaranteed. Now I do end up getting the inhibitor tower, so it's all good, but it could have been of course better. Now Aurelion Soul recalls, comes back out to lane, all the way back to the middle of the lane, only to recall again to pick up his Liandry's of course. So why could you not have just come with me and push that tower and then recall and get your Liandry's off getting that tower goal, So no idea why Aurelion Soul didn't just help me with the tower, but it is what it is. And yeah, so dragon spawning in 20 seconds. It's the mountain dragon, so we got 1 dragon apiece, and of course my team had picked up both Rift Heralds already, so in terms of objectives my team is doing better. So the Olaf runs face first into the entire enemy team again, but we are here to back him up as usual. I end up ulting straight into the wind wall, which of course is not a good look. But I do manage to pick up a kill onto the Malphite, and we're going for the chase onto the, I'm not sure who that was, the Thresh, I guess. Lucian is the last man alive, and we don't need the Dragon or the Baron or anything. We can pretty much just end the game here with all 5 members in the enemy base and only 1 Lucian to defend. So Lucian can really do nothing here. So Lucian gets exhausted for good measure, and does die to the Aurelion Soul. So here we can see we did win the game with the double Rift Herald play. Still can't believe that was the case. So I'll leave you guys with the stats, and thank you guys for watching this gameplay, and goodbye.